Thank you, first of all, for this interview. I'm a career diplomat. I joined the diplomatic service in 1987, and since then I've covered different positions, both the Ministry of Foreign Affairs headquarters in Rome and abroad. And I was Consul General in Berlin, in Chicago, Köln, Toronto. I've been the Italian representative within the Antarctic Treaty System and Italian Commissioner for CAMLR, the Convention for the Conservation of Living Marine Resources in Antarctica. And recently, I've been appointed as the Italian national focal point for the Indian Ocean Rim Association. As the national focal point for IORA, I attended the 22nd meeting of the Council of the Ministers of Foreign Affairs of the member states of IORA. I would say that one of the major outcome of this Council of Ministers was the delivery of the IORA outlook on the Indo-Pacific region. The Indian Ocean Rim is an essential part of the Indo-Pacific region, of which IORA is a prominent international organization with 2.5 billion people living in its member states. So the ministers at Dhaka, at the meeting in Dhaka, reaffirmed their strong interest in ensuring peace, economic growth, and shared prosperity, stability, and maritime safety and security for all the people in the Indo-Pacific region. And the ministers are also fully aware of the importance of the principles they wrote in the charts of the IORA, of their organizations. And when they talk about principle, they mean to refer to the respect for territorial integrity, political independence, non-interference in internal affairs, and respect for the international laws, respect for the Charter of the United Nations organizations, respect for the 1982 United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, and respect for all the other international treaties. So they believe, the ministers believe that consistent with this principle, they are ready and willing and eager to pursue, to explore new way of opportunities, new way of cooperation with all the countries in the Indo-Pacific region in areas, in priority areas, which they have identified as being the first. We have the maritime safety and security. We have trade and economic facilitations. We have the, I could say, the disaster risk management. We have the academic, science and technology cooperation, tourism and culture, exchange, blue economy. We have the women's economic empowerment. Well, in all these areas, the ministry affirmed their will to pursue cooperation with all the members, with all the countries in the Indo-Pacific region. And this is, I think, one of the major, outcome of this council, which adopted, of course, other political and strategic documents, among which I would say the one I mentioned to you is really of eminent importance. Well, Italy, as a country with a maritime vocation, of course, looks at Mediterranean seas and at the ocean, the Indian Ocean, as two areas which are faced with the same challenges and opportunities. Then Italy considers IORA as an ideal partner to address issues such as climate change, the global economic growth, the environmental protections. And that's the reason why we worked in order to achieve the status of dialogue partner with this organization in 2019. And since then, we have also focused our actions, our cooperation in the field of tourism in order to mitigate the impact of anthropic activities on the environment, on the people, on the local communities living in these areas, and also in order to preserve the resources living in the ocean. Because one of the major focus of our action should be the conservation, the sustainable use and the management of these living resources in the ocean. And to do so, we also want to expand our cooperation with IORA to cover other priority areas, such as I would say, the maritime safety and security, which is really a shared areas of priority for us and IORA. And we have already started to work together with them to explore, ways of cooperate in this important field. Well, as you know, we are a country which has built upon major two focus, which are, the green light and transitions, and at the same time we're based and we're focused on the concept of sustainable development. And these are the pillars on which we have built up our cooperation with this organization since the beginning. And we want to really improve improve the cooperation in these terms. We want to listen. We want to tune in, listen to them in order to share ideas, share views, share objectives, and then being able to conceive and implement initiatives which could allow us to meet expectations of our partners. So that's the way we want to go further, and we want to move this cooperation with our further in the next future.